This video is brought to you by SoundPEATS. I know, SoundPEATS released so many earbuds that you might be confused which one to get. But let me make it clear, if bass is your kind of thing and you like to have all the features you can get for just 60 bucks, look no further as you'll see why the SoundPEATS Capsule 3 Pro could be the perfect choice for you. So kick back, relax, and let's get started. Selamat pagi! Good morning everyone, Kenneth here and welcome to my showcase video of the SoundPEATS Capsule 3 Pro. Firstly, I would like to thank SoundPEATS for supporting this one, but I also would like to tell you that everything said here is my honest and real experience, because at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? With that said, I think it's good to clear up where the Capsule 3 Pro stands in the lineup, and taking price and features into consideration, this actually fits into the mid-tier range, but at the very top in that class. So it's better than the Air 3 Pro or Mini Pro HS, but still below the Opera O3 since it only sports one dynamic driver. And that's going to be my main focus for this video actually. As usual, I'm going to compare it to a couple key earbuds from the competition here, so you'll have a good idea of how it performs, and we'll talk about everything else right after, including the latency and mic test at the end of the video. So stay tuned, and without further ado, let's get started and talk about the sound quality. So in general, the Capsule 3 Pro is tuned to give you super deep and strong bass response, more than anything we'll compare today, but as a result, it doesn't have much vocal presence on the upper mids, at least by default. Which is why I strongly recommend you, the first thing you would do after getting one is to download the SoundPEATS app and go straight to custom EQ, and you can use my setting here as a starting point to tweak the treble or bass, which I know looks like a roller coaster, but I found it to be quite good for my taste. Now, since I'm going to use my custom EQ in the comparison, let's first compare it to the Opera O3 as a reference point here. And firstly, the Capsule has 2 clicks less volume, but that's really because the Operas here are crazy loud. But sound quality wise, I'm happy to report that my EQ closes the gap quite significantly in terms of vocal presence and treble clarity, even though still the Opera has the edge when it comes to sound staging, as you can hear the vocals separated better between the other instruments. But this is still a solid result for the Capsule 3 Pro nonetheless. So let's do the first comparison versus one of my most legendary recommendations in the channel, the FIIL T1 Pro. So firstly, volume-wise, the FIIL T1 Pro is one of the louder earbuds I've tried. And so when compared, the Capsule 3 Pro has 1 click less volume, which is still perfectly fine. But listening to Cookie by NewJeans and default EQ, I can hear that the SoundPEATS focuses more on pushing stronger sub-bass hits, while FIIL focuses more on the vocals and details in the treble. That's all when they have similar sound staging and depth presentation, but with my EQ and a Capsule 3 Pro, the two sounded really similar now, only SoundPEATS has more sub-bass oomph, which makes it an even easier recommendation for you bass heads out there. Now let's continue to the next comparison. Here we have the Edifier W240TN. Firstly, they both have similar volume now, but due to the dual dynamic driver setup on the Edifier, you'll get a wider sound staging and better overall detail, especially on the upper mid-range where female vocals shine. But keep in mind, that's with my EQ, which you can find in my review. I'll link it down below. Now, compare this to the default SoundPEATS EQ and you'll get a sense of light and airy feeling due to the SoundPEATS focus on bass department that has thick mid bass down to the much more impactful sub bass hit that actually the Edifier could just dream of. If we tweak the Capsule to increase the upper mid region, reduce some annoying parts, which is what exactly I did on my EQ, then you'll get some of that vocal presence and instruments back. Still not as clear as the Edifier, but I think it has its own charm by sounding warmer while still keeping a rich amount of low end with palpable drum kicks. I mean, you can feel physically with every drum kick. That's definitely not present on the Edifier, and that feels pretty nice. So you have an idea on how the Capsule 3 Pro performs as a bass focused earbuds now, but how does it compare to my recently nominated best for bass earbuds, the Earfun Air S. Firstly, it has one click less volume on the SoundPEATS, that is, and generally the detail and character is similar, but you can EQ the Earfun to bring more treble than the SoundPEATS. Still though, as a bass-oriented earbuds, the Capsule 3 Pro has the edge here, as you can get that subwoofer feeling, which you don't get on the Earfun. And I think it's pretty clear now where and how the Capsule 3 Pro performs, especially recommended if you like a rich and bassy sound. I'll leave links in the description for you to check out, and if this video has been helpful so far, you're more than welcome to subscribe. But as always, it doesn't stop there, as we have a lot more going on here, and we'll start with the ANC and transparency first. So it's interesting to see that actually this has one of the best ANCs SoundPEATS has put out to date, and yes, that includes beating out the Opera 03 or 05. It's pretty much on par with this excellent Earfun Air S, and that is no small compliment. You can expect a clean elimination on low rumble noises from things like fridge, AC and stuff, and then you will also get a reduction on speech and background music in cafes, shopping mall, all these stuff without putting too much pressure on the ear canal, which is something I know many would appreciate. Now, what is also nice is the transparency mode that's similar to the Opera series, which means they sound very natural and clean. Actually, even better than the Earfun Air S here, and I still can't determine which mic is being used here, because no matter where I try to rub, I can't hear any screeching sound being passed through, which is first, very impressive engineering, and second, in real practice, that means whenever you are, adjusting the earbuds whatsoever, you won't interrupt the transparency mode in any way. Now, I guess the only downside to the Capsule 3 Pro here is the inability to activate transparency when using only one earbud. But it's not like Earfun Air S is any better here as a direct competitor, as you have to go to the app every time, which is quite a hassle, but this is just my one earbud use nitpicking, I guess. Now, touching on the controls real quick, SoundPEATS has always been SoundPEATS. You can do volume control on single tap, play pause and double tap, and track control on 2 seconds hold. Only since we have ANC toggle on the left side here, we cannot go to the previous track, which is personally not a big deal, but what I learned over the years is it would be nice to have the option to customize the controls, which is still not available in the app. Now, as for the build quality and fit, as much as I like the glossy and more premium feel of the Opera, I think most people would like this standard design better, mostly because we have a more low-key black and gray look, only a touch of rose gold on the hinge here, the USB-C on the bottom, and slightly a bit more across the stem here. But otherwise, this is a very nicely built earbuds and case. Starting from the case, the hinge is spring-loaded, so it opens and closes nicely, accompanied with a satisfying clap when you close it. Then the LED here lights up orange, green, or red, indicating the case battery inside. And I think you might miss this, but there's a pairing button just to the right side of the USB-C port. So hold it for a couple seconds and the LED will flash white, which indicates pairing mode. As for the earbuds, I'm pretty much used to it now, but you want to hold the earbuds only by the stem when adjusting the fit, so you won't accidentally touch the sensor here. But the touch sensitivity isn't as bad as what it used to be on previous models, and with the same tried and tested design, wearing these for hours on end will not give any discomfort. And it's really easy to get a secure and tight fit without much fiddling, which is a big win in my book. Okay, finally talking about battery life, as these are more compact in size, they naturally have less space for battery inside, and so you can expect around 4 hours on LDAC and 6 hours on SBC AAC, and that's the number with ANC turned on. So it's nothing groundbreaking, but not bad either, as I consider 4 hours is the bare minimum of playtime before a true wireless earbuds gets annoying to use. As for the case itself, you get a bit more than 5 extra charges for both earbuds, which is quite a pleasant surprise, and that means you can get by with charging just once a week with the system. So no problems there. And last but not least, I didn't talk much about codecs, because while I do think having LDAC is nice because I can finally appreciate that last 5 to 10% of improvement, I still think the battery trade-off hurts a bit. But it's really your call, and let me know what would you use in the comments below. Alright, hit the thumbs up if this video has been useful so far, and let's check out the gaming mode, which was quite nice during my gaming usage, and finally check out the microphone right after.
It's me, Destin. Welcome back to Smarter Every Day. This is a lunar lander. That's a different series we're starting on Smarter Every Day. This is now really far into the nuclear submarine deep dive here on Smarter Every Day. Today we're going to answer a question that I've always wanted to know. Submarine.
Alright, welcome to the microphone test, everyone. This is the SoundPEATS Capsule 3 Pro that we're listening to right now. What do you think of the sound quality? We are in an indoor setting where, not so much thing is going on. So this is kind of a best case scenario that you would expect when you're doing Zoom meetings, video calls, and stuff like that. Alright, so let's go outside now and we'll see how the noise cancellation performs. Alright, so welcome to the outdoor microphone test. Here we are recording with the front microphone of the iPhone 13 Pro right here. So let's quickly use the Capsule 3 Pro and see how it performs. Alright, so here we are with the SoundPEATS Capsule 3 Pro outdoors. What do you think of the sound quality and the noise cancellation? We have quite a lot of cars and motorcycles, not quite like a ton of them, but they do make noise. So yeah, one thing I wanted to say about the SoundPEATS capsule is you can toggle between ANC and transparency in a phone call like this, which is very, very nice. Something that I cannot say with most other models at this price point. So here we are now back with the benchmark of the Tesla AirPod Pro 2. What do you think of the sound quality? Does it perform any better or not? So SoundPEATS has gone a long way since its early days. I think that's a very great thing to do. And yeah, I'm very happy to see that. So that's going to be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Here's 2 more videos for you to check out. And that's going to be it from me today. I'm Kenneth, signing out.